Doors are closing, doors are closing. I feel like the official voice of Transport for London when I say that. Welcome back to another Conversations in the Cloud, where we speak to some amazing, incredible people doing amazing and incredible things. My name is Ore, but forget about me because today I am joined by an icon, by a legend, the one, the only. Bimini. Bimini, how are we?
All right, babes, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you very much. Is this your first time on the IFS?
It is my first time. You know, I've always actually wanted to go on it, but I haven't. And we've actually got a glass bottom.
So, I'm not saying we pulled out all the stops, but when we knew that you were coming, we were like, we're going to do things a little bit differently. This is the first time we've actually used this particular one. So not only can we see around us, but we can see beneath us as well. So we're good. We're
good. I'm glad it's not glass ceiling though.
Oh no, smash through. There's metaphorical. There are metaphors in there. So we are in London, and the amazing thing about this is we are going to see some amazing spots in and around London. But I want to start off by asking you about how you like to get around when you're in the city. Are you on foot? Are you a bus babe? Are you a tube babe? What is Bimini's preferred mode of transport?
I like to get somewhere as quick as I can, so I like the Victoria line. Like I'm on the Victoria line where I live, so I can get from A to B really quickly. From A to B, I'd say from mine to Oxford Circus, 15 minutes. Quicktoria.
Oh, I love it. Oh,
She's speedy. And then there's also Lizzie. She's good. She knows it though. She's like quite up herself. I feel like I don't know. I like DLR. That's a ride, but you never get to do that one.
Do you know what? I think there's a content idea in this, and just getting you to commentate on all the different lines that there are in London.
I would love to see someone use the fabric of the seats and make an outfit out of them.
I think that is an idea. Do you know what? Talking about getting around London, I know you love your music. You know, you DJ, and you make music. What is the soundtrack to a Bimini car ride, or when you're just outside in and around London? What are you listening to?
So it depends on the vibe. If we're going out, I want like dance music, you know. I want to hear like some like cool house music or funky like tribal, or maybe even some like 90s like kind of style house music that were like kind of in the, you know, voguing clubs.
My knees ain't strong for that. No, it's not strong for that.
But then if we wanted something to get into, like I like an album from start to finish, and I feel like we don't get to hear that much anymore.
People are not putting out bodies of work like they used to anymore.
It's like single after single after single. Some of it feels disposable in a way, you know. Like I want to hear an artist's journey. So I feel like I mean, I always reference Madonna, but Ray of Light is my favourite album, I think, of all time. And I just think, like, I could put that on at any point and it will just, like, zen me.
Do you know, that's a really good point in terms of, music and art. I think that's obviously synonymous with culture. And then you bring London into it. London is, to me, a city of culture. What does London mean to you in terms of, like, expressing yourself and just being a free spirit in a city like this?
I mean, London was, like, it shaped me in the way that it allowed me, and it took a while. Like, it wasn't like I immediately moved to London and was like, I found myself. I went on a journey of like discovery, and it allowed that space because there was so much vibrancy and culture here. Like I would see, like, for example, see the Sex Pistols and hear about punk and learn about Vivienne Westwood, and like there was so much I learned about London before I came back, because I wasn't born in London, but basically my family were from here.
Yeah.
It was like London was meant to be where I was meant to be. Like I always said it from such a young age. I think I was like 5 years old. I was like to my mum, I'm going to London. And she's like, when? But like it just felt like it was something that was like, I needed to go to, you know, I needed to be. And it allows expression, it allows diversity, it allows inclusion. Like that's the London that I grew up on, and that's the London that I will always stand by. Like when it comes to like music and everything and fashion, like we were always the forefront, I'd say. Like I feel like we're number one, and we need to keep that. We need to keep that number one. Because also, like, with fashion, like, we were always pushing, and I feel like a lot of fashion has moved to, like, Paris now when it comes to fashion weeks, and, like, we support a lot of young designers, which I think is really, really cool. Because I'm wearing Sinead Gorey right now, who's a fashion, like, she's London-based designer, and, like, she's done shows at Fashion Week. I've walked for her, like, she's incredible. So we do nurture that, and I do appreciate that about London, because we're always looking for what's next, and we're always, but we're forward thinking.
Yeah, and we don't want to get left behind. Obviously, we are one of the biggest cities in the world. What do you think could be done to kind of make sure that we're still at the forefront, still evolving? Because things are changing, times are kind of hard sometimes, you know?
Money is the most powerful thing on this planet, and it can also be the root of all evil. We know that, you know? And I think like there's so much high rises everywhere now, and unaffordable places for people to live. And especially if you're an artist and you're discovering yourself, no one, and I mean, this is a cost of living thing too. you've got to have 2-3 jobs now. Like a lot of the younger generation. I mean, I've got like massive ADHD, so I don't mind having like multiple jobs
to keep you busy. Yeah.
But like some people, they need to put food on their table and like even just have a normal, like a average life.
Yeah.
We need to not have average lives anymore. We need something that is going to change the way the economy is and the way we are, so that everyone can invest in themselves more.
Yeah.
Because if they invest in themselves more, there'll be more happiness. People will be like more open. I don't know. I feel like happiness is the number one thing that we need everyone to have and focus on. And I think when you're struggling, it's hard to be happy.
It's almost like you have to put happiness to the side. It's like you can't make space for happiness because you're thinking, oh my God, I've got all these things to sort out, bills and this and that and the third.
It's a lot, and I think like we're losing a lot of spaces, so then people don't find they don't find their people, or don't see culture, or see something that sparks something in their mind. Like I remember going to the Glory, which we no longer have, and like, but they've got the Divine now. It's the same by the owned by the same people. But I found people that were like me, and also that I was like, I can do this. I saw people on stage and was like, I want to do this. And like, if we continue losing venues at the rate that we are, how much of culture and art and the coolness of London are we going to lose?
No, I couldn't agree more.
I just feel like, cultural spaces should become cultural assets and should become community assets as well, like where they're untouched, or they can't, there's got to be a lot of progress if they want to get rid of it. Royal Vauxhall Tavern become like that, because it's over 50 years of like an iconic establishment, and it's got so much history and culture, and I just feel like we need to protect the arts way more.
I couldn't agree more. Do you know what? One thing I love about you is that you're so clear with your message. You understand the points in which you want to get across. And I feel so weird because like people always want to label people as political for just speaking up, speaking truth to power. Do you feel uncomfortable when people kind of like label you as political, or how does that make you feel?
Well, I think everything is political. Like everything we do is political, you know, and I think we have a voice, we should say it. I mean, I just say what I feel, I guess, and like if it resonates, it resonates. But I don't know, I feel like it's my life experiences have shaped me, and if I look back at things, how could that improve? I want to leave the world a better place than it was when I was here, you know? I think like we all want that.
Impact and legacy, right?
Well, we all,
but for the better and good, not for like selfish kind of like motivation,
Yeah, I feel like we want that. We want to leave it, and the way to make it better is make it brighter, make it more welcoming, make everything more like accepting, and you know, people will be able to thrive. I think people need to have more fun right now. Like I think we're in a weird time where like we're losing a lot of like the soul of ourselves, and how do we do that? I don't know if that's social media has created that from everyone. We're more connected more than ever, but we're more disconnected. It's quite a weird...
It's the weirdest juxtaposition, right? We have more access than ever before, but as a community we feel very divided.
Totally, and I think like we all probably need to turn the internet off.
And actually go outside and touch grass.
Totally, yeah. I feel like, that's something that is a big thing. We're losing a lot of soul, and we need that. And music feeds the soul, arts feed the soul, nightlife, clubs, just spaces where you can go and just like let go, you know?
So we're filming this in the middle of Pride Month, and I want to ask you, what does Pride mean to you, especially in a city like London?
Pride was a protest. It is still a protest. I think it's interesting, like how Pride has changed over the years. It became very like a big party, which is amazing, celebratory. We should be allowed to celebrate who we are. But with that comes like a lot of the brands that come on, and we're seeing a decline in that this year. And I think like that's inevitable when the pendulum feels like it's swung the other way, and there's conversations that become heavier and more toxic about queerness and about identity and about politics around that. So you can see why that's happening. But I feel like I came to London and found my people there, and I think London will always be that space. So no matter what's happening in the zeitgeist, London is not going to change, and queer people will always exist. And we've just got to show up, turn out, have a good Pride this year.
I love that. And do you know what? That is actually the perfect way to end our conversation. We've made it back in one piece. How'd you find the journey?
That was good.
Yeah?
I enjoyed that.
A lot of fun. The sun came out. I was like, why did I wear a jumper?
I know.
At least you look good.
You look good. Thank you very much.
Bimini, thank you very much for your time. It's been great getting to speak to you. The doors are opening, meaning our journey is closed. Thank you very much for watching. Very informative, good conversation. And we will see you on the next Conversations in the Crowd. See ya.
Thanks for having me.